This is my I'm tired but I need exercise and movement Pilates class. Probably be like 35-40 minutes, but whatever you feel like doing for footwork. So you're going to grab your TheraBand and you're going to place it behind your bra line. So TheraBand is behind your rib cage, like where your bra would go. Go ahead and lay down onto your back. Okay. Bring your hands onto the TheraBand, have a little bit of resistance, toes on into Pilates stance. You're going to extend your arms up like a push-up as you extend your legs out. Inhale, exhale as you bend. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend. Extend and push through those arms, and exhale, bend. Keep resistance on both the band and the springs the whole time. Inhale and exhale. 5 more. 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1. You're going to keep the legs straight. Continue bending the arms. You're going to lower the heels down as you bend the arms and lift the heels up as you straighten. Lower the heels down and exhale, push. Inhale, lower the heels. Exhale, lift it up. Keep engaging through the stomach and exhale. Closing the rib cage. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Relax the arms, turn your feet parallel, lower your heels down, let the springs pull your heels through. Get a calf stretch. Bend one knee, get a little bit more calf stretch. And then switch, bend the other knee, get another calf stretch. Bend your knees, come on in. Bring the arches of your feet onto the foot bar. Now, same position onto the TheraBand, except elbows are in. Inhale, extend everything out. Exhale, bend. So my arches are onto the foot bar, getting a massage on the bottom of my feet. Legs are parallel, arms are parallel. Inhale, exhale, bend. Inhale, 4. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 5. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 6. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 7. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 8. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 9. Exhale, bend. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Go ahead and bring your heels onto the foot bar. Flex your feet. Now you're going to open your arms out to the side. Keep a little bend into your elbows. You're going to hug a tree. So as you push out, inhale, hug the arms in. Exhale, open them out. Inhale, hug it in. Exhale, open it out. Keep going like that. Keep resistance onto the band the whole time. Inhale. Exhale, open. Squeezing from the backs of your legs where your glutes and your hamstrings meet. Push out and exhale. Fully lengthen all the way through the legs and exhale. Make sure you're lifting up onto your quads. You're not just popping your knees back. You're resisting and lifting as you lengthen, and then resist it back in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Grab onto the TheraBand. Just go ahead and take it, and you're going to slide it out from underneath your backside, and you're going to grab onto the TheraBand in front of you. Bring your heels out to the corners, knees out wide, and your arms are going to open out to the side as you push out. So inhale, open the arms out. Exhale, squeeze it back in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Now as I'm lengthening my legs, I'm thinking squeeze the inner thighs and then resist it out. Squeeze the inner thighs, pull apart with the arms, and resist it back. Always, again, keeping resistance onto that TheraBand and onto the springs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Roll your hands in so that it's just a little bit tighter onto the TheraBand. Bring your toes onto the foot bar, parallel in hip distance. Extend your legs out. Now just keep a little bit of resistance onto the TheraBand, not moving the arms at all. You're just going to go for a run. So we're going to go switch and switch and switch. I'm going nice and slow, so it feels better for me to get full range of motion through my feet. But if you want to go a little faster, you can. And switch and switch and switch. Switch and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Lower one heel down, relax your arms. Take the opposite foot across the other foot and then use your toes to pull up onto the bar to give your calf more stretch. So you can control how much stretch you give yourself. Put your other foot back on, cross the opposite leg over the top of that leg, then hook the toes under the foot bar and pull up to give yourself a stretch. And then bring both feet onto the foot bar, bend your knees, come on in. Good. Go ahead and come up. We're going to change your springs for single leg footwork. So I'm going to do one red, one blue, and one yellow. Okay. So you can do 2 or 3 springs. All right. Grab onto your TheraBand. You're going to lay down onto your back. And you're going to put your right foot nice and smooth onto the TheraBand. Try to get it as smooth as possible so it doesn't roll up onto you. We're going to start with that left heel onto the foot bar. Your right leg has resistance, pushing down straight towards the foot bar. Now as I push out with my left leg, I bend my right knee into my chest. Take an inhale and exhale, extend it over. Inhale, exhale, reach it over. Inhale, exhale, reach it long. Good. So my arms aren't moving. They pretty much just stay in a bicep curl the whole time. Good. My springs are a little bit light, but that's okay. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach it over. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach it over. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach it long. One more time like this. And we add on. Bend it in, hold. You're going to extend your leg up to the ceiling. Give yourself a moment of hamstring stretch. Bend your knee and reach it over. Pull your knee in. Extend it up. Bend. Bring the carriage in. Reach the leg over. Bend. Reach it up. Bend and over. Good. Inhale, bend and extend. Exhale, bend and reach. Inhale, bend, extend and bend, reach. Inhale, bend, extend and bend, reach. Last time, inhale, extend and exhale, bend. Good. Keep that right leg long. Just put your left foot into that TheraBand so it's nice and smooth. Easy transition. Put your right heel onto the foot bar. Left leg is long. Elbows are bent. Push out and bend that left knee into your chest and extend it over. Inhale and exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Eight, extend. 9, extend. 10, extend. Add it on. Push out. Pull the knee in. Extend the leg up. Hold for a second. Get that hamstring stretch. Bend your knee and reach it over. Bend your knee. Extend. Bend and reach it over the foot bar. Inhale, bend and extend. Exhale, bend and reach it over. Inhale, bend and extend. Exhale, bend and reach it over. Inhale, bend and extend and bend and reach it over. Inhale, bend, extend, bend and reach it over. 2 more. Inhale, lift it up, bend, exhale long. Last time, inhale and up, exhale and reach it out. Good. Keep that left leg long. Put your right foot into the TheraBand. This time I'm putting a little bit more of the ball of my foot onto the TheraBand. Now put the ball of your left foot onto the foot bar. Right leg is long. Again, I have resistance onto the band. I'm going to push out and I'm going to keep that left heel high as I kick that leg straight up, and then it's going to go straight down. So imagine your left leg is wearing a high heel the whole time. Inhale as you kick up, exhale as you lower down. Now as you kick up, make sure your tailbone is heavy so you're truly getting that stretch into your hamstring. Okay, you don't want to lift your hips up off the mat at all. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Everything is smooth, no jerking motions. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keeping that left heel high. and exhale down. 2 more, inhale, and exhale down. 1 more, lift it up and hold. Lower that left heel down, get a big stretch. Hold on to the TheraBand closer in towards your chest now. And we're gonna go in single leg circles. Bring that leg across your body, bring it down towards the foot bar, bring it out to the side, and lift it up. So this should feel really nice in the hips. Now make sure that your hips are not rocking side to side, so they stay steady, especially right here when the legs come out to the side. The TheraBand assists you, so you should get that nice lubrication into your hip. And exhale. Inhale across your body. Exhale as you lift it up. You still have to keep your core tight to keep your hips from moving. 1 more in this direction. And exhale up. Reverse out to the side. Down slightly across your body and up. So even when I go across, I'm not lifting my hips up. Sometimes you can do that in single leg circles. But this, we're just trying to get that movement right in the hip socket. And exhale up. Good. I do use my arms to assist me a little bit, so I can just really enjoy that stretch. And around. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale up. And bend your left knee. Bring it in. And then bring that left ball of your foot kind of onto that TheraBand again. Right ball of your foot onto the foot bar. Left leg extended long. Elbows bent. You're going to kick straight up first. Inhale. And straight down. Exhale. Inhale, straight up, push out. Exhale, bring the carriage back in. Again, inhale, push out. Exhale, back in. So again, you're trying to keep your tailbone down. Get that hamstring stretch. Up and down. You're keeping that right heel lifted super high like you're wearing a stiletto the whole time. Inhale and exhale. The movement is smooth. No popping of the knees. No jerking motion in either direction. And down. Last 2, inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale, hold it out. Lower that heel down. Bring the TheraBand pretty close to your chest, just kind of squeezing your hands together. Go across your body. Go down. Exhale, bring it out and up. Inhale across. Exhale out and up. You do want big full range of motion, but the same range of motion that you can do while keeping your hips from rocking side to side. Inhale across. Exhale up. Inhale across. Exhale up. 1 more. Inhale across. Exhale up. Reverse. Inhale, open out to the side. Keep that hip steady. And across your body and up. Inhale. And exhale across your body and up. So you should feel a bit of an IT band stretch when you bring that leg across your body and you lift it up. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Good. Now go ahead and bend your knees. Come on in. Lift yourself all the way up. You can put the TheraBand down for now. And let's do 2 red springs. Yeah. All right. And we're going to go into the 100. Bring your legs into tabletop. Grab onto your straps. If you have 2 loops, grab onto the short straps. First, let's do some curl ups. So legs in tabletop, arms up, rib cage closed. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, curl up. Good. Keep going just like this. So since this is my Tired Pilates, when we do our 100s, we're not going to just keep our legs straight the whole time. We're going to bend them in for 5 and then extend them out for 5. So that's the 5 pumps of the arms. So the next time you curl up, extend your legs into your 100s and then start pumping your arms. Inhale, 2, 4, 5, bend, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bend, 2, 3, 4, 5, slowly out, 2, 3, 4, 5, slowly in, 2, 3, 4, 5, trying to move the legs almost the whole time, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, bend, 2, 3, 4, 5, extend, and bend, 2, 3, 4, 5, lower your head, arms up, and go and grab onto the pegs behind the shoulder blocks, and let's take a twist. So bring your knees to the right, look towards the left. Try to keep that left shoulder down as much as you can. And then we're gonna switch. Knees go to the left, look to the right. Keep that right shoulder down. I don't know if you heard that nice pop in my back. That felt so good. And then bring it back in. Good. And then go ahead and put the headrest down. And then put your feet into the straps. I like to do short straps if you have those for short spine massage because you get more stretch, but you can also do the long loops. So from here, you want to wiggle yourself a little bit away from the shoulder blocks. Take an inhale as you extend your legs long. Exhale as you lift up and back. Inhale as you bend your knees in towards the shoulder blocks. Keeping those hips high. Keep the heels where they're at as you round down. So you're trying to get your hamstring stretch in here. There should be a moment where you're trying to reach your tailbone down, your legs are straight before you bend your knees and bring your heels to your butt. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lift up, up, up. Scoop the belly in back. Close the carriage. And then bend the knees in. Inhale. And exhale as you lower. Trying to straighten through the legs. Trying to get your tailbone heavy. And then bend your knees. Pull your heels to your butt. Inhale, extend. Exhale, up and back. Inhale as you bend your knees in. Exhale as you round it down. Articulating through the spine. Hamstring stretch. Bend your knees, heels towards your butt. Last time like that. Inhale. Exhale, up and back. Inhale as you bend. Exhale as you lower down. Oops, I didn't close the carriage. And bend your knees. And then grab onto your straps with your hands. Okay, we'll go into coordination. So bring your legs up in the tabletop. Bend your elbows in 90 degrees by your sides. And then curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Your head, neck, and shoulders stay up the whole time. So you're going to extend the arms and legs and hold. Open and close the legs quickly. Bend the knees in. Stay lifted. Bend the elbows. So again, extend everything out. Open and close the legs. Bend the knees. Stay lifted. Bend the elbows. A little faster. Inhale out. Open, close. Exhale, knees and arms. Inhale out. Open, close. Exhale, knees and elbows. Again, inhale out. Open, close. Exhale, knees and elbows. Last time, inhale. Open, close. Now you're going to crisscross the legs for 10. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Bend your knees. Lower everything down. Whew. Put the straps down. Open your knees into a nice butterfly stretch. Feels good to just kind of rock side to side. All right. Go ahead and come up. You're going to change your springs. Let's do one red spring. We're going to do some arms. So if you know you like to go lighter, you can always do one blue spring. But we're going to sit down Indian style facing your foot bar. Grab onto your straps. Short straps if you have those. Little bend into your elbows. You're going to take an inhale as you lift your arms up. Palms stay lifted. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you lower down. Now, even though I'm lifting my arms up, I'm thinking shoulder blades roll back and down and resist it down. Inhale up. Exhale, also resist on the way down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. One more time, lift it up, and you're going to hold. Keep reaching through the straps. Circle around for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. Keep those palms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then go ahead and from here, bring those hands behind your head. You might need to wiggle your hips back a little bit, but you need to lean forward from your hips. From here, extend the arms. Inhale, extend the arms. Hands are in a diamond. Bend your elbows. Hands come behind your head. Extend your arms and bend your elbows. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Keep going. As you're doing this, careful that your knees don't pop up, that you're not lifting up through the knees to push through the arms. Knees stay down and relaxed, abs tight, and you should feel your triceps working, your lats working. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push. And one more inhale, bend. Exhale, push. Open those arms out to the side. Now hold for a second. Switch the cross of your legs so that you're even here. Make sure you're comfortable. And hug the tree. And inhale, open. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, open. So your palms are facing each other. Slight bend into your elbows. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. And one more. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Put those straps down. So again, my Tired Pilates, I like doing things that are sitting and laying down. So we're going to do a whole arm series, kind of an around the world arm series. So for this one, since it's single armed, make sure you're on a blue, or if you have yellow and you want to go light, you can always do light. So you're facing the side, grab onto your front strap. I'm going to start with the long strap. If it feels too light, I'll go to the short strap. Okay, pull up through the stomach, elbow is lifted. You're just going to start by opening up through that elbow and push open that straight arm, bend through the elbow and bring it in slightly, but careful that you're not turning your body. So it's elbow, back of the hand, elbow, and then come in so the elbow's just into your body. Open, and then bring it back in. My body's not moving at all, it's just my arm. Inhale, and exhale, bend it back in. Inhale, elbow, then wrist, then elbow. And by wrist, I mean, I'm kind of thinking of backhanding, like backhand slapping somebody, right? But in slow motion, but you don't want to bend or break your wrist at all. And then we're going to do one more and push out and bring it in. Put your other hand into the short strap, elbow in. Again, I'm trying not to change my body position. Imagine there's a wall right here. I'm going to lift my arm up and then bend my elbow back in. Inhale, lift my arm straight up. Exhale, bend it back in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend it back in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend it back in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend it back in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend it back in. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back in. Good. Again, switch to the long strap with the left hand. I'm bringing my forearm down onto my shoulder blocks. My elbow is really high. My palm is facing away from my forehead, and I'm looking down towards the floor. You're not moving this elbow. You're using your tricep to push that strap away, and then bend and bring the back of your hand towards your forehead. Push and in. And even though I'm leaning on towards the shoulder blocks, my left hip should not be lifted up at all. Push and bend. Keep that head relaxed, that neck relaxed. You're looking towards the floor. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Come back up. Take your right hand onto the rope. You're going to pull your elbow in, but my arm is still open. Now, kind of think like you're holding a beer mug, so I am bending the rope a little bit. I'm going to bring that arm across my body and then open up. So I'm trying to work my rotator cuff. So I'm working that rotation in my shoulder and out. Trying to keep that elbow glued in towards my body and open. Exhale, pull it across. Inhale, open it out. Exhale, pull it across. Inhale, open it out. Exhale, pull across. Inhale, open it out. Exhale, pull it across. Inhale, open it out. Two more. And open. One more. And open. Now take the long strap. This one's harder. Long strap. Left elbow is in. You can put your hand onto your knee or onto the shoulder block, but you're going to open and then bring it back in. I'm thinking of opening a coat, like a creepy flasher who's opening their coat. We're trying to sell some watches, right? And bring it back in. Don't bend through the wrist. Using the rotator cuff in the opposite direction and open. Inhale, resist it back in and open and resist it back in. And you're always welcome to change the springs. If it's too heavy, you can go lighter. If it's too light, you can go heavier. And one more. and then release. Put the strap down just for a second. I was on a blue, I'm gonna switch to a red. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to the long strap, twist my torso. So I'm not using my hips at all, but I'm twisting through my torso. My arms are in front of my chest here. I'm gonna use my obliques to rotate and then slowly resist it back. And exhale, rotate and rotate back. So I'm imagining that my arms are staying directly in front of me. If my hands had a flashlight, the flashlight stays shining onto my chest. So I'm not pulling from my arms, I'm using my obliques and my abs to rotate me from my belly button and above. And twist, untwist, and twist, untwist, and twist, untwist. And your head rotates with your body. Last time, untwist. Good, put that strap down, stay on that spring, and your headrest should still be down. And also look at which leg you have in front, because when we go to the other side, you want to bring the other leg in front for Indian style. But you're going to bring your legs through the headrest. Have about a hand's distance of space behind you here. I'm going to put my hands into the short loops, sit up tall, palms facing backwards. I'm going to take an inhale as I squeeze my shoulder blades together and resist it out. Chest expansion, inhale, and exhale, resist. So we're working on our posture, opening up through those shoulders, squeezing between the shoulder blades. Good. Sit up as tall as you can, arms in. Squeeze back and hold it back. Look to your right, look to your left, look forward, and reach those arms forward. Again, squeeze back, hold the best posture you can. Look to your left, look to your right, look forward, and resist. Again, squeeze it back and look to the right. Trying to turn your head as much as you can to the left, forward, and resist. You're stretching your neck. Squeeze it back, look to the left, look to the right, look forward, and resist. One more time each way. Squeeze, look to the right, look to the left, grow taller, center, and resist. Last time, squeeze, look to the left, to the right, look forward, and resist it out. Good. Put your straps down. Okay, remember which leg that you did not use in the front, Indian style, the other side. You're going to switch. So for me, I had my left leg in front. Now I'm going to be in my right leg. Stay on that red spring to start with. Both hands into the long strap. We're going to start with that rotation twist. So I'm twisted through my torso. My hips are heavy. You're going to take an exhale as you twist and pull across. Inhale as you slowly rotate back. Exhale, twist across. Inhale, slowly rotate back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, slowly rotate back. Keep going, twist. Grow taller, taller as you rotate back. So there's a pull and then a lengthen, 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 lengthen. And again, pull and grow taller, taller, taller. And pull and rotate. And make sure as you're twisting, there's no bending in the torso. It's just a pure twist around your spinal column. And 3 more. Grow taller. And 2 more. Grow taller. And last one. And lengthen. Good. And put that strap down for a second. I'm going to switch back to a blue spring. Do what you did on the other side, whether it was blue or yellow, which is lighter. Grab onto the long strap to start with. Okay, my elbow is high. I'm going to go elbow, back of my wrist, elbow, bring it in. Again, you're still sitting up tall. Elbow, open, bring it in, and resist. Good. Inhale. Exhale, resist it in. Inhale. Exhale, resist it in. Inhale, keep that wrist strong. Don't bend through the wrist. Exhale, resist it in. Inhale. Exhale, resist it back in. Again, inhale. Exhale, resist it back in. And last time, inhale. Exhale, resist it back in. Take your left hand, put it into the short loop. Elbow is in. Keep that elbow in. Imagine there's a wall right here. You can't move that elbow out at all. Take an inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, slide it back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it down. Last 2. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time, inhale and exhale down. Good. Take the long strap with your right hand. I put my forearm and my wrist onto the shoulder blocks. I'm leaning over. My palm is facing away from me. My elbow is high and I'm looking down to the floor. I'm going to push, use my tricep, and then resist it back. Back of my hand comes towards my forehead. Push and resist it down. Exhale, push. Inhale down. Make sure your hip is not lifting up at all. So for me, it's my right hip. Make sure that right hip does not lift up. And bend and extend and bend. The elbow stays in place, like somebody is holding your elbow. You can't move it. Stays in place. It's just a straightening and a bend of the elbow. Last two, straighten and bend. And last one, straighten and bend. Good. Come back up to a seated position. Left hand grabs onto the rope. Bend that rope a little bit so it's like you're holding a beer stein. Elbow in. You're going to rotate across your belly and then open it out and pull it across and rotate it out and pull it across and rotate it out and pull across and rotate it out. Again, pull and rotate it out. Good. Just three more. Three. Resist. And two. Resist. One more. And open. Long strap. This is the harder one. Elbow stays in with the right hand. Left hand's resting on your knee or the shoulder block. Start by opening that jacket and then resist it back in. And exhale. And inhale, rotate it back in. Open the jacket. Resist it back in. And open. And resist. Again, open. And resist. And open. And resist. Two more. Open and resist. Last one. Open and resist it back in. Good. Go and put that strap down. All right. Our arms have been thoroughly worked. Let's work our legs a little bit. So let's put on 2 reds and a blue. This is so that hopefully you don't get too much of a hamstring cramp. We're going to keep our headrest down. You can always go lighter, which is harder. So lighter is harder on this one. Lay down onto your back. Bring the arches of your feet onto the foot bar, and I'm about hip distance and parallel with my feet. A little bit of space away from the shoulder blocks. Take an inhale. Exhale, start by tucking your tailbone, rounding your hips up into a bridge position. Keeping the carriage in. Take an inhale. And exhale, articulate rib cage down, then mid back, then lower back, and then you want your pelvis to be heavy to the point where there's a little bit of space underneath your lower back. And again, inhale, tuck your tailbone, articulating your spine up, push down into your hands, open up the chest, lift up the hips, and then round it all the way down. So the spring should pretty much be helping you a lot to keep the carriage in, but you want to feel your hamstrings keep that carriage in for you. So make sure you're not pushing out that way at all. Take an inhale. Exhale as you round it down. And one more time, take an inhale. Exhale, lift it up. Hold your hips up higher. We're going to pulse the hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale, lift your hips up a little bit higher, and exhale as you round it all the way down. Good. Now squeeze your legs together. With your legs together. Again, it's my arches or my heels are on the foot bar. Tuck your tailbone, lift your hips up. Lift your right leg up. Now that leg's just going to stay up to the ceiling. You're going to push out with that left leg. Take an inhale, push out. Exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, push it out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, push it out. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more. Inhale. 1 more. Inhale. Now hold the carriage in. Pulse the hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And keep that leg up and round down through your spine. Ooh, got crooked there. And then put your right foot on. Both feet stay on. Tuck your tailbone. Lift your hips up. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Keep that left leg up towards the ceiling. Push out with that right leg. Lift your hips up higher as you pull it in. Push it out. And pull it in. It's okay if that leg that's pushing out does not go all the way straight. It doesn't need to go all the way straight. It's more about the in and lifting your hips up. 1 more like this. Keep the carriage in, and you're going to pulse your hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then round it all the way down. Good, then put your foot down and then open your legs into a butterfly stretch. And then hug your knees, and let's come all the way up. Okay, changing your springs again. Just one red and one blue spring. Head rest up. All right, we're going to start with knee stretch. So feet are up against the shoulder blocks, knees are down, hands are onto the foot bar. Make sure your thumbs are on the same side as the rest of your fingers. You're going to sit back towards your heels. You're going to round the spine. Now I'm not moving from my arms, I'm moving from my legs. Take an inhale as you push out. Exhale, I want to find that round spine. So come back in. Inhale as I push out. Again, my legs don't have to go all the way straight behind me. I'm just a motion of out. It's more about the in. Now I'm going to make this rhythmic. I'm going to push out and exhale, pull it in and stop the carriage. Out. Exhale, pull it in. 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 One more. Out. Exhale, pull it in. Now from here, same position, except I stick my butt out slightly to the back. So it's a neutral spine. My shoulders are down. I'm not moving from my arms, but my legs. So inhale, start slow. Exhale, pull it in. Make sure your tailbone's pointed back. Inhale and exhale, pull it in. Now with that rhythm, inhale and exhale, pull it in. Inhale, exhale, pull it in. Make sure it doesn't jam into the carriage. Out, exhale. So it's an in and a quick stop. Out and pull it in. Out and pull it in. Out, pull it in. Last time, out and in. Good. From here, let's go into elephant. So you're going to stand up onto the reformer. Feet are flat. Feet are up against the shoulder blocks. Toes are lifted. Now, if you're shorter and it's uncomfortable, you can always walk your feet forward a little bit. But from here, you want a round spine. Head is dropped, shoulders are down. You're going to push your legs back as far as you get that heel stretch. Your toes have to stay lifted. And then resist it back in. Inhale, push it out. Exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, as you push it out. Exhale, as you pull it back in. Now enjoy this as a stretch, and then resist on the way back in. The springs will bring the carriage in for you. You could easily do this without using any muscles, but you want to pull in through the stomach. Imagine that there's no springs as you pull it back in. One more time. Take your right hand, reach underneath the opposite arm, try to grab onto the carriage, pull under to look underneath your armpit. You can always grab your ankle too, and just twist. And then switch, right hand, and reach under with the left hand and twist. Trying to look under your armpit. All right, and then go ahead and step off. All right, we'll finish with some leg circles and some stretches. So let's do 2 red springs. Take off that blue. Lay down onto your back. All right. Put your feet into the long strap. So push out, put one foot into your long strap, onto the arch, and then your other strap. Okay. Arms long by your sides. Make sure you're even. Open up through the chest and bend your knees. Take an inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Now, as you're doing this frog, you're actively pushing your heels into each other. So you're creating more resistance and you're getting that inner thigh work. So inhale and resist on the way in. Don't just let the springs pull it in for you, and resist. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Extend your legs and hold. Now we're going to Peter Pan. So bend your left leg, right leg goes out to the side. It's like a single leg frog. Push and squeeze the leg in. Bend the opposite leg, other leg goes out straight, and then push and squeeze back to the straight legs. So one leg bends, other leg opens, and exhale, squeeze back. Inhale, bend, and exhale, push. Now, if this feels easy, and if you're not getting that much stretch, think of the heel coming out into a 90-degree angle with the leg versus letting your heel come in towards your crotch this way. So you want to try to create that 90-degree angle with that leg that's bent, and then push and squeeze it in. 90-degree angle with that leg, and push. One more each side. 90 degrees and push. Last time. And push. Keep that slight turnout. Lift your legs up into leg circles. Inhale, open, and exhale around. I'm getting some good pops in my hips on these. I like to go nice and wide. Not my full range of motion, but wider than the reformer. A lot of people in classical Pilates say only go the distance of the reformer. I just think it feels too good to not take advantage of the range of motion. Just make sure you're breathing. Inhale, lift up. Exhale around. Make sure your tailbone stays down as you lift the legs up. And exhale around. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale around. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale around. You're going to lift your legs up to reverse. Inhale down. Exhale around. So another thing, keep going, is I'm hyperextended. So if you're hyperextended too, you have to have a soft bend into your knees to make sure that your heels actually kiss before you circle around. Because I could easily just keep my legs straight and my heels will never touch, and I don't get that full inner thigh connection. So heels, I have to bend my knees slightly, get those heels to touch, and then I can straighten them around. Inhale down, exhale around. One more time, inhale down, exhale around. Bring your legs down towards the foot bar. Legs are straight. You're just going to open the legs out, and then again, maybe a little bend to get those heels to touch, and open and squeeze. Man, I can tell I haven't done these in a long time because these are burning. And exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze it in. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze it in. Now bring the soles of your feet together. Take a butterfly stretch. So you can either grab the straps and pull, and you can kind of lift your hips up here, or you can let the springs, the straps hold your hips and your feet. Just kind of let them dangle. So whichever one feels better, a little combo of the two. But if your feet are down, go ahead and lift your feet up just slightly. Hold on to the straps. You're going to open your right leg out to the side. Keep your hips steady. Oh, the stretch burns. Bring it in. Another leg out to the side. Burns so good. And bring it in. Now careful with your knee, but pull a little bit onto the straps. You're going to rotate your right leg down and around so your foot is to the side of the reformer. And then you can use your hand to pull up onto that foot and get a big stretch into your hip flexor. If you squeeze your right butt cheek, you get a little bit more stretch into your hip flexor. And then pulling the straps a little bit so you can easily unravel your feet. Switch. Left leg bends to the side of the reformer. Again, I can use my hand to pull up a little bit, bringing my left foot up. Squeeze my left butt cheek to get a little more stretch. And just breathe. And then go ahead and unravel yourself. Take those straps off your feet. Put them down onto the pegs. And then reach down to wherever you have the TheraBand. For me, I like to double up my TheraBand so there's a little more resistance. So just fold your TheraBand in half, depending on the weight of your TheraBand. And you're going to put your right foot nice and smooth into that TheraBand. Put your left foot, ball of your foot onto the foot bar. Push everything out and lower your left heel down so you're getting that calf stretch. Bend your right knee in towards your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, extend. And again, bend. Every time you're straightening, you're trying to get your leg a little bit closer towards your face. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. And then you're just going to hold. Again, you want to make sure your tailbone is down, so you're not tucking that tailbone at all. Just breathe. Hold on to both ends of the TheraBand with the left hand. Bring your right arm down. Bring that leg across your body for that IT band stretch. Keep that right hip down. If you don't feel enough stretch, you can sickle that foot a little bit and or pull it up towards your left ear a bit. Come back up to center. Take an underhand grip. Open that leg out to the side and up towards your ear. Make sure that your hips aren't rocking to the side. So another trick here is to squeeze your right butt cheek. Kind of use that as a shelf to make sure your hips don't fall to the side. And then bring that leg back up to center. Both hands, hand onto each side of the TheraBand. Bend your knees to come in. That way you can easily transition to the left foot, right ball of your foot onto the foot bar. Push everything out. Lower that right heel down. Bend your left knee into your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale as you extend. Inhale as you bend. Exhale as you extend. One more time, bend. And extend. Just keep that leg straight and just stretch. So I think of the opposition of my tailbone pushing into the mat and then my heel lifting and reaching up towards the ceiling as I pull in towards my face. And I used to be way more flexible, but I feel a lot of stretch here now. Hold on to both ends with your right hand. Bring the leg slightly across your body. IT-band stretch. If you don't feel enough stretch, sickle the foot and or bring it up towards your right ear a bit. Make sure that left hip stays down. Take that left hand, both straps into that left hand. Open that leg out to the side, pull it up towards your ear. Squeeze your left butt cheek to get a little bit of a shelf to help you stay balanced through your hips. Breathe. And bring that leg back up to center. And then bend both knees. Take this TheraBand, you can put it off to the side. Come all the way up. We'll finish with our lunge stretch and we'll be all done. So take off one red spring. It's just one red spring. One foot forward towards the foot bar. The other foot is onto the shoulder block. And you're going to find a nice deep lunge. Shoulders are down. Good. I have my right leg forward, so I'm going to bring my left arm up, lift it up a little bit higher, and then just slightly over to the side. Stretching more through my hip flexor. And then bring it in, straighten through that front leg, flex through the foot, and slide back into a split. I like to take my outside hand, my right hand on this case, put it onto the railing so I can push down a little bit more. Push down and out. And then bring it back in. Good. Walk around to the other side. Okay. So right foot is up on the shoulder block. Left leg is towards the foot bar. Shoulders down. Push down into your lunge stretch. Right arm is up and slightly over. So it's the same arm that the back leg is the arm that lifts up, and you reach away from the reformer. So to the outside of the reformer. And then go ahead and straighten through that front leg. Flex that foot, push out. I like to put one hand onto the railing, push out and down a little bit more. And then bring it in. And we did it, we survived, yay.